My name is Dr. Charles Jackson, and I'm a creation scientist. Now, word out on the street about us creationists is that none of us have real degrees, but I got my degree in science education from University of Virginia. It's not even a Christian school, so many of us are educated in the secular realm and know all of the sciences that a secular scientist would know. Now, what I'm here to recommend to you is the research and work and theories of Dr. D. Russell Humphreys. Back in the 1970s, NASA sent the Voyager 2 probe to get to the planet Neptune. One of its missions was to measure the magnetic field of the planet. Now, it takes 12 years for a probe to reach a planet that far out, even at the closest approach. So all during the interim time, till 1989, when the probe got there and collected data, everyone was making their predictions about what it would find and what would be the truth about this little greenish blue planet that we could see from so far away. Well, Dr. Humphreys, using his biblically inspired creationary planet-forming model, had already made a prediction about the magnetic field strengths of the outer planets and what they ought to be. Now, NASA had made a prediction too. When the probe got there, though, it found out NASA was off by a factor of 1,000,000, and Dr. Humphreys was completely correct, which kind of freaked out the people at NASA. But it's cash in the intellectual bank for a scientist when their model actually has predictive power, like Einstein's theory predicted the bending of starlight in 1912, and later we found out it was true with many other predictions that came true too. Now, Dr. Humphreys also doesn't just have a doctor as his nickname. For many years, he was a research high energy particle physicist at Sandia National Laboratories, a government research installation in New Mexico. So he's very well schooled in these things. He's not professionally an astrophysicist, but he certainly knows physics, and he applied it to astronomical ideas in this case. Dr. Humphreys also predicted the changes in Mercury's magnetic field. In the 1970s, we sent the Mariner probe to Mercury, and we measured the magnetic field. Dr. Humphreys continued to extrapolate using his model and predicted that when the Messenger probe entered stable orbit in 2011, this would be the exact strength of Mercury's magnetic field. Now, secular and evolutionary models would say that there would be hardly any change in just 30 or 40 years, because after all, the planet's billions of years old, right? But no, Dr. Humphreys was right, and his predictions fell within the little ranges of plus or minus statistically significant correctness once again. And so Dr. Humphreys is the same man who's also explained the Pioneer anomaly, a question that NASA says deserves an answer. And so far, no one's been able to come up with anything except that space itself is stretching. Dr. Humphreys found verses in the Bible that say he stretches out the heavens as a curtain. He stretches out the heavens as a tent to dwell upon. He arched the heavens above the north place. He arched the heaven. He bows the heavens. So there's like 15 or 20 verses that say that's how God made the heavens, is he stretched them. And so Humphreys hypothesizes that what the secular scientists are calling dark energy, which the chair of physics at Yale says is code for we don't have a clue. Dr. Humphreys says we have a clue. It's God's hand continuing to stretch the universe, and that's why the probes are accelerating or decelerating at speeds that are not right, according to conventional measurements, and they correlate very well with the Hubble constant, a prediction that Humphreys' model of the stretching of space, which is biblically derived, once again predicts. And again, prediction is the cash in the bank currency for any scientific model. I hope this helps to keep you thinking. Dr. J.